Around 1970 was when I learned that my father, Henry Landman, was one of the Jews arrested on Kristallnacht and sent to Dachau. I'm going to relate to you now a conversation that I had back then, when I asked my father, "Why did you stay in Germany? You heard the promises of Hitler in 1933. Why did you not leave Germany?" And my father said, "Ricky, where the hell do you think we could go? Who wanted us? Who wanted Jews? Back in that time, America had a quota. It took years till you could get out, and if you didn't have a rich relative, it was even harder. Remember also, America back then was not so good to Jews. We had white people and not white people, and the Jews were not white people. The Jews were like Catholics, Italians and Irish. We couldn't live in Protestant neighborhoods or go to Protestant schools or go to Protestant hotels or resorts or work in their companies. America was separate and discrimination was the law of the land. Hitler loved that. So we in Germany began slowly losing our rights. We were becoming more like the Jews in America. And remember in 1933, we didn't think this crazy man was going to last. But it was the rural little towns where the people never saw a Jew that felt so wonderful that Hitler was going to make Germany great. They followed him no matter what he said. And then he got rid of the Reichstag and blamed the communists. The big lie theory, blame your opposition for what you're doing. So now there's no legislature. Now there's no courts. All the Jewish lawyers and judges and all the progressive judges are kicked out, and the courts will do whatever Hitler says. And then in the economy, we were boycotted. Jews had no money. We had no jobs. They kept on saying, "So leave." And then in September, the Nuremberg laws in 1935, this, Ricky, is the first time I saw my father cry. They said, "All Jews lose your citizenship. You are now illegal foreigners living inside Germany. Go." What are we to do? So Augsburg and big cities like Berlin were not as bad. We figured we'll get by. We do things separate. Then comes 37, 38, and they start talking about deportation. They are going to deport the Jews, and our neighbors figured, well, they're not part of our race. They're not Aryans. They're Untermenschen. They're like animals. They should go back to where they came from. So they didn't care when people were deported. And that's when Herschel Greenspan in France shot that louse Van Roth in Paris. And that's when we knew something big was going to happen. They had already planned for Kristallnacht, the spontaneous time when the Germans got so angry that all the Jews would have to pay. And then we knew, you go and leave. You don't care about your property. You want out. And that's when I had to go to Dachau. Your grandfather went to Dachau, and he was lucky to get under the quota, and he was able to leave. And that's when then the children in the Kindertransport, 10,000 children left their parents and went to London, and most of them never saw their parents again. Separating children, this is what happened. So, Ricky, I just want to give you one more thing to remember. It could happen here. Good Shabbos.